I've always dreamed of attending an elite university. As a kid, I was impressed by people from prestigious colleges who could quickly answer tough questions on quiz shows. I was determined to get into a top university someday. But no matter how much I wanted it, you need to be smart to get in. Even with extra effort, my grades didn't improve much. Still, I couldn't give up, and, with even more hard work, I finally got an acceptance at an university. I was filled with joy the moment I got accepted to a university. I felt like all my hard work had paid off. Because I dedicated my youth only to studying, I never dated or played much. Even at this age, I've never had a girlfriend. I decided to enjoy my university life to the fullest. After enrolling, I joined a tennis club. The club had members from various colleges, all of them prominent figures. I was nervous about fitting in, but then one girl started talking to me. "John, let's train together." It was Emily from another college. Her college was known for its affluent students, and she seemed to come from a wealthy family. Her father was a CEO, so she is a CEO's daughter. "John, you're getting good at it." Emily was always cheerful and caring, especially towards a tennis newbie like me. We started hanging out for meals and other activities, and I began to develop feelings for her. 3 months after starting college, Emily confessed to me. "Will you go out with me?" I was stunned. Never expected a woman to confess to me. "Are you sure about someone like me?" "Of course, you're the one I want," Emily said with a smile. Emily loved designer brands, the complete opposite of me, who had no interest in fashion. "That bag must have been expensive, right?" "Oh, it's nothing for my dad," she'd say, showing off the bag her father bought her. Some were jealous, but she didn't seem to care. In our junior year, her father's company went bankrupt, and Emily had to leave college. Yet, she still couldn't give up her love for designer items and kept buying the latest bags despite being short on cash. After graduating, I landed a job at a major company. My elite university background seemed to impress my employers. Emily was thrilled when I told her, "We should get married once we're settled." Hearing that, I seriously considered marrying her. Since then, I've been fully dedicated to my work, but I ended up in a tough department and had to endure daily sarcasm from George. "You can't even handle such simple tasks." I was constantly yelled at for unreasonable things, and every day I returned home feeling miserable and often cried. I tried calling Emily to talk about it, but she rarely answered my calls and didn't reply to my messages. When she finally did answer, our conversations were short because she was always busy. This went on for days, and I started to question our relationship. I did my best at work, but after 6 months of stress, it started affecting my health, making it hard to get up in the morning and causing me to be late. I felt terrible even at home and couldn't eat. During a long weekend, I decided to visit my family. When I shared what was happening at work, they were worried. My brother, Tyler, was especially shocked to see how thin I had become. "You should quit that job right now." "I can't. Quitting after just half a year would look bad on my resume." "Then why don't we start a business together?" "I've always wanted to open a bar. I believe we can make it if we work together. I've graduated from culinary school and have a chef's license, so I'm confident in my cooking skills." "Thanks, I'll think about it." The long weekend passed as I pondered my options. Then, the day came to return to work. My body felt heavy after the break, and I fell again. After repeatedly missing work without notice, I was eventually fired. Crying over my perceived failure, Tyler encouraged me. Convinced by his strong persuasion, I decided to join him in the bar business. When I met Emily later and told her I had quit my job, she lashed out at me like a completely different person. I planned to marry a man with a stable job at a big company and live a life buying designer brands. "I can't believe you quit. A bar won't make much money. I chose you despite your looks, and this is how you repay me. We're breaking up right now. You're worthless to me." After saying this, Emily glared at me and walked away. I was speechless and shocked. As Emily's true colors were revealed, I felt completely broken. All I had left was to make the bar a success. Tyler and I pooled our savings and managed to rent a place. The area was a tourist spot with expensive land, so we couldn't afford a prime location and ended up in a small alley with little foot traffic. Without some buzz, attracting customers would be difficult. We needed the cooperation from the town. So, we headed to the local tourist association. We hoping to get our bar featured in their information guides and maps, but Bob, the head of the tourist association, was skeptical. It's hard to trust a business run by young folks like you. If you quit soon, it's a hassle to update the maps. We only feature long-standing, popular places. Please, can you make an exception? Sorry, but you should leave. No matter how much we pleaded, the outcome didn't change. We won't be able to get tourists to know about us this way. We decided to use social media to promote our bar. And we also got a parrot as a bar mascot. We hoping it would attract customers by learning to speak. The parrot was smart, quickly learning conversations, especially imitating women's voices. 3 months after opening, customers started to increase, drawn by our delicious seafood and word of mouth. Most of our customers were young, attracted by the fact that the owners were young too. Regulars began to appear, including a woman named Lisa who lived nearby. She came to the bar every day, always sitting at the counter and enjoying her drink before leaving. It became her routine. As we grew closer, one day she asked, "Could I work here? Your food makes me so happy, and I love it here." We were just thinking of hiring a part-timer, so I agreed on the spot. Lisa worked passionately and became like an idol in our bar. Some customers even came specifically to see her. Then, my brother Tyler had a suggestion. The Tourism Association is pretty starstruck. Maybe if we win some contest, they'll change their minds. We found out there was a national snack contest held once a year. Here's a great opportunity. Let's join this and create the best snack ever and win. Lisa, Tyler, and I worked late every day to perfect our stylish grilled prawns. It was slightly rich in flavor, perfect for a snack. It topped with a garlic sauce on prawns and carefully grilled. The contest was held in a big city, so we took a train to the venue. It was our first contest, and all the participants were strong competitors. Nervously, the three of us worked together and had the judges taste our dish. After all the participants' tastings were done, the results were announced. The grand prize goes to grilled prawns with garlic sauce. We did it. We unexpectedly won the grand prize. Our team took the first place. Upon hearing the results, the three of us hugged each other. We returned to town the same day and immediately reported to the Tourism Association. We won the grand prize with our original dish. Now we can be featured in the tourist guide, right? Well, I can't ignore this. We'll include you. He stamped the approval. After that, our customer base grew rapidly. This parrot is so cute. Amazing. It can talk. The parrot became popular, and everyone started interacting with it, helping to attract more customers. Our bar got even busier, and we were overjoyed. Then one day, a familiar woman entered the bar. She looked around with a displeased face and muttered complaints. What a cheap-looking place. It was Emily, my ex-girlfriend. I remembered telling her about my hometown, and she had said she always wanted to visit. There was a man with her. Maybe her new boyfriend. He seemed quiet and reserved. They sat at the counter, and the man ordered food. Being right in front of the kitchen, I could overhear their conversation. When Emily and I made eye contact, she looked surprised, obviously recognizing me. But she quickly looked away and didn't speak to me. Hey, take me to the med school party, okay? I want you to introduce me as your first girlfriend, she said, leaning towards the man. He quietly replied, Yeah, of course. I'm going to be a doctor's wife next year, so it's only natural for you to introduce me, right? Her next target seemed to be a medical student. Though it might be rude to him, I couldn't help but think she was probably after his money, remembering our past. Here's your order. Grilled prawns with garlic sauce, I said, serving the award-winning snack in front of them. Well, this looks delicious. His eyes sparkling in contrast to before. Emily, however, seemed uninterested. After taking a bite, the man's face lit up with a smile. This is delicious. I've never tasted such a great snack before. It goes really well with beer. In stark contrast, Emily ate without saying a word. The man continued to enjoy the other dishes as well. All of this is delicious. I think I drank a bit too much. Where's the restroom? Right this way, I'll show you. After drinking a few beers, the man stood up to go to the restroom, with Lisa accompanying him for guidance. As soon as he left, a drunk Emily started talking loudly towards us. I shouldn't have come to this lousy place. Even if you won the grand prize, it's still just a bar. The decor is cheap, just like you. If I'd known this was your place, I wouldn't have come. The bar went silent at her words. What's with that attitude? Bro, do you know her? She's my ex-girlfriend. I'm glad we broke up. My current boyfriend is a med student, and he's going to be a doctor. We're engaged, so I'll be a doctor's wife. That's way more valuable than marrying you. Unlike you, he has something to offer. She seemed quite drunk as she scornfully spoke and pushed the half-eaten food towards us. I can't eat this anymore. I'm leaving right now. This is just awful. Emily then took a $100 bill from the man's wallet and slammed it down in front of Tyler and me, leaving us astonished. Her actions made my blood boil. What did she think she was doing with someone else's money? Just as I was about to respond, the man returned from the restroom. Everyone's eyes turned to him in unison. Seeing this, he looked shocked. What happened? Confused, he was being pulled towards the exit by Emily. Let's go, the staff was rude to us. Hold on a moment, he said, hesitating at the open door. That's when it happened. Getting married means money. Doctors have value. The parrot repeated Emily's earlier words. Hearing this, the man frowned. What is this? The parrot continued repeating the same words. After that, the parrot said in a loud voice. Emily said it. The parrot's combination of words was a perfect match for the earlier conversation. Hearing this, Emily started to panic. What is this bird saying? Let's just go, quickly. She was sweating profusely as the parrot kept repeating. Money comes, doctors have value, Emily said it. Emily's face turned pale. The man, shaking with anger. What do you mean by doctors have value? Were you planning to marry me just for money? It's just a parrot talking. Emily hastily tried to cover up, but a drunk customer spoke up. The parrot is right, she said those things. Hearing this, Emily's face turned even paler. I'm calling off the engagement. You were only with me because I'm a med student and have money. I'm disappointed in you. Goodbye. No, wait, don't leave me. Emily tried to grab the man, but he shrugged her off and left. She stood frozen in the bar. Her face was downcast, filled with despair. Then Lisa spoke to her. I heard your conversation earlier when I came back from the restroom. You really don't have a good eye for people. I like him. I think he's a wonderful man. What? I visibly surprised by those words. Lisa had never shown any signs of this, nor had it ever been a topic of discussion. I never imagined she had feelings for me. PFFT, whatever. Emily glared at us and fled the bar like she was escaping. The bar fell into a silence like the calm after a storm. I thanked Lisa. Thanks for earlier. I'm sorry for making you say things you didn't mean. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. What are you talking about? I really meant it. I've liked you for a long time, John. Will you go out with me? Her confession stirred excitement in the previously quiet bar. Come on, You have to answer. What's it going to be? The customers were cheering and urging me on. Pressured by the atmosphere, I spoke my true feelings. I like you too. Yay, congratulations. Tyler started clapping, and everyone else joined in with their congratulations. Blushing, Lisa and I smiled at each other. Later on, I heard through the grapevine that Emily was cut off by her father and couldn't buy any designer items anymore. Since she hadn't been working, she ran out of money and had to sell all her bags and clothes. She couldn't find anyone to marry and was frequenting marriage agencies. As for Lisa and me, our relationship progressed well, and we married 2 years later. We welcomed a daughter this spring and are building a happy family. Tyler, Lisa, and I continue to run the bar, which has become very popular, and it's fully booked on weekends. I'm really glad this bar opened in town. I'm sorry for what I said back then. Thanks to you guys, the town is even more vibrant. Bob said, I'm grateful to Tyler for inviting me to start the bar, and I plan to keep working harder than ever.